Hey again, it's me. I am showered. I have changed clothes. I'm still tired. I worked all day. And now I'm going to a Dollar Tree that I normally don't go to, but I just felt like going. I just got a wild hair, like, let's go to this Dollar Tree. It's up on North Elm Street. And I haven't been up there in a while, and I thought, let's go up there because there's a Goodwill right down the street that I would like to go check out. I never get to go there, so I'm gonna go to that Goodwill while I'm there. So, I got my shower. My hair's still a little bit wet. I washed my hair. I'm all clean. I feel good. I put on some of my Dolly Parton perfume, which I have honestly really grown to like. Now, it stinks when you first put it on. It smells like Avon perfume when you first put it on. But after about 5 or 10 minutes, it starts to smell different, and I really like it. So I ended up getting a full-size bottle of it because I've decided I like it. I do. It makes me happy. When you first put it on, it smells like Avon perfume. It's kind of unsettling, but after the first 5 or 10 minutes, it smells good. So, I am in a good mood. I'm feeling good. I got my work done. Like, yay, I'm going to try an experimental video at Dollar Tree. I'm going to look at the cards. We're going to look at cards together, read greeting cards together. And I don't know how that's going to go because I've never tried to open and read greeting cards one-handed. So I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to find out. But yeah, so I'm getting ready and I'm feeling good. And I get this message on eBay from somebody who bought a couple of shirts from me. Now I open the message. The guy goes, "We have a problem." I'm like, oh, damn. Here's the thing about eBay that a lot of people, if you haven't done a lot of selling on eBay, you may not know about this. Many years ago, over 20 years ago, when I started selling on eBay, it was very different than it is now. Back then, if a buyer had a complaint about an item, you sold me this thing, I think there's a problem with it, you would have to work it out with eBay. Like, there would be just some moderator person at eBay that would listen to both sides. Whatever the dispute was, they would listen to the buyer and the seller about the dispute. And then that person at eBay would make a determination, would make a decision. Kind of like a judge, And I felt it was pretty fair. Sometimes they would side with you, sometimes they side with the other people, but it felt fair. I mean, at least you got a chance to say your piece. You could say something. Not anymore. Over the years, it has really changed. I'm not getting emotional. My voice just did a weird thing right there. I don't know what the hell that was. It's changed over the years to where the seller can just go pound sand, okay? They don't want to hear from you. And anymore, I think the disputes are handled through PayPal, but I may be wrong about that. It changes every so often. And I haven't had this come up in a while because I made some changes to the way I sell things, and I'll explain what I've done to cut down on this problem. Now, they want to hear from the buyer. The seller doesn't have an opportunity to say shit. And long story short, what they end up doing, if a buyer has a complaint, they just yank the money out of your PayPal account and give it right back to the buyer. They'll just give it back, and you can't, as the seller, you can't do anything about it. I've had that happen. They'll just take the money right out of your account and give it back to them. You don't get to say so. You don't get to say anything. And a lot of people, I think, have figured out, if I want some free stuff, all I have to do is buy some stuff on eBay and then complain about it and threaten to open a case against the seller, and I just get my money back. Sometimes the seller will just give my money back directly, but if they don't, that's okay, because I'll just open a case against them with eBay or PayPal or whoever, and I'll get my money back anyway. So I get my money back and I get the item. And people do that. They flat out do. I have had dozens of people do that to me. And it will be over some inconsequential flaw. Or I had one person get an item from me and they damaged it. I had pictures of this item before I mailed it. It was a pair of jeans. And you could tell that somebody had taken a pair of scissors and cut holes in these jeans. They were fresh cut. Like, I didn't do that. They were not like that. I think it might have happened when they were opening the package. Maybe they accidentally cut the jeans. I didn't cut those jeans. They were not like that when I mailed them. But they got their money back, got to keep the jeans. I don't know what they would have done with them because they did have holes in them. I think they cut them when they were opening the package. But they said, oh, no, she sent them like this. And you can see in the pictures plain as day, they did not have cuts in them at all. But they just took the money right out of my PayPal account and gave it back to them. It was like $30 because not only did they get the money back for the item, they get the money back for the shipping too. So you lose money and you lose the item. It's bullshit. It's awful. And that is one of the reasons why I kind of cut back on selling on eBay, because it got really bad. It got to where it was happening pretty frequently. People were doing stuff like that. Or they would get the item and say, oh, well, you did not mention, okay, the seam right here on this sleeve is 1/1000th of an inch shorter than the other, and you really should have mentioned that. I mean, when I put it on, they're the same, and when you lay it out, it's the same, but they're not the same. It's 1/1000th of an inch shorter, so I want my money back. And damn it, they'll get it too. They get their money back. eBay, PayPal, they don't care. Oh, you're unhappy? They kiss the buyer's ass. Oh, you're unhappy? Here, have all your money back. We will just take it out of their account and give it back to you. Are you happy now? Oh, buyer, oh, seller, you're upset? We don't care. We know you're going to keep selling here anyway. We don't give a shit if you're upset. Shut up. I got so disgusted with it. What I did do was I no longer do auctions because a lot of people don't pay. They'll bid on a whole bunch of stuff and like similar items, and they will only pay for the ones that they think are cheap enough. And if they win your auction and then they go, well, I didn't really want to pay that much. I mean, I know I bid up to $50, but I didn't really want to pay that, so I just don't pay it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't leave them negative feedback. You can't even leave them neutral feedback. You can't do shit to them. So they can do it over and over and over again and nothing happens to them. So I quit doing auction style listings. I only do buy it now listings, fixed price listings. And the good thing about fixed price is when you're listing your item, there's an option in there to require immediate payment. I always check yes on that. So they cannot complete that transaction without paying you. They can't just say, yeah, I want to buy this. Not really. No, they have to actually pay you for the item. So that eliminates all those people that would bid on your thing and never pay you. Because it got to the point several years ago, I was still doing auction style listings. It got to the point where I'd say probably 40% of my winning bidders never paid. It was ridiculous. It's a huge waste of time. It is, because you have to give them a certain amount of time to pay, and then you have to open an unpaid item claim thingy. It doesn't affect that buyer's rating at all, or it didn't used to. Maybe it does now, but I know years ago it didn't. And you can end up wasting 2 or 3 weeks, before you could relist the item. You have to give them all this time to pay, and then you have to relist the item, and you would have to pay the listing fee again. And I mean, it was like a whole pain in the ass. So I quit doing auctions. I just started doing fixed price with a requirement to pay immediately. You cannot complete the transaction without paying. So, but I knew this guy was trouble. And I've had this happen before, and my instinct said, don't sell anything to this guy. Don't. He's going to get the stuff and he's not going to be happy. Do not sell him anything. Because I had some like polo style shirts on eBay for sale. I had a bunch of them. And they were Under Armour, Nike Golf, stuff like that. They're shirts. I mean, how much do you really need to know about it? I mean, it's a polo style golf shirt. It's pretty self-explanatory. But this guy had all these questions about these shirts. Can you tell me what the collars are made of? I don't fucking know. Were they ever dried outside on a clothesline? Did you use fabric softener with them? Which I kind of get for the moisture wicking fabric because it can mess it up. I need measurements of this. I need measurements of that. Can you give me pictures of this? Can you give me pictures of that? buy these shirts? Do you have the receipt? How many times were they worn? Were they worn indoors or outdoors primarily? Were they worn out on a golf course? Were they worn on a tennis court? The questions just went on and on and on and on. And my spider senses were tingling like, do not sell him these shirts. He's going to buy these shirts and he's going to get them and he's not going to be happy. Promise you, he will get them and not be happy. But for some reason, I went against my instincts, and I know better. I know better, but I went against him, and I sold him 2 shirts. And I screwed up a little bit on the shipping. I told him, I said, I'll send them in the same package. I'll give you free shipping on one of them, thinking I can mail them both for pretty much the same price. But no, I ended up losing about $5 on shipping. So I'm already out $5. But that was my mistake. I didn't say anything to him, like that was my mistake. So anyway, I'm getting ready to go do this, and I get a message from this dude, and apparently he got his package today. He goes, yeah, we have a problem. Like, of course we do. Of course we do. Because you asked me 4,700 questions, and we have a problem. He said, you misrepresented the color of this shirt. I said, what are you talking about? How so? And he showed me a picture of the shirt. You said this shirt was light green. I'm looking at it like it is light green. It's not light green. It's mint green. There's a difference. It's a fucking light green shirt. Excuse me. He goes, no, it's mint green. Look at it. That is clearly a mint green. That is not a light green. It has a tinge of teal about it. Although it is a lighter color, I would not call this light green, because in certain lights you can tell clearly this is mint green. How do you get dressed in the morning? How do you function in the world that you are going to sit here and nitpick that? Because in your mind, it's not light. It is a light shade of green. This shirt is light ass green. So now I'm mad. I'm like, mother. I'm trying to get ready to go. He's completely killed my vibe. I'm like, you piece of shit. I knew, and I'm talking to myself like, I told you not to sell him anything. I told you he would get these shirts and have a problem. And I know how eBay is, and I know how PayPal is, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, you can't do anything. Nah, he's gonna get his money back. If he opens a case against you for this, he will say the item was misrepresented, it was not as described, and they'll give him his money back. You know it, I know it. This is like my spider sense talking to me. You know it and I know it. You're gonna have to give him his money back. You can try to argue with him all you like, but it's pointless, because he will open a case against you, and he'll get his money back, and he will get to keep the shirt. So he just got a free shirt. So he sent me pictures of this shirt inside, outside, in his garage, out somewhere else. He took this shirt on a field trip and took pictures of it in different light. Like, dude, you wasted $15 in gas driving around with this shirt. The shirt was $15. You've wasted $15 worth of time and gas going around taking pictures of it in different light. Are you mental? He said, you can clearly see this is mint green. This is not light green. You misrepresented this item. It is not as described. I wanted a light green shirt. This is mint green. Okay. You just wanted a free shirt. That's what you're saying. You wanted a free shirt. Well, he got a free shirt. I refunded his damn $15. So I'm out the shirt. I'm out the money. And I had to pay an extra $5 shipping. And he gets to keep his shirt and he gets his money back. Over that. The shirt was like brand new. You can look at it till your eyes ache. You're not going to find anything wrong with it. But it's not light green. Oh. So, do I enjoy eBay? It's all right most of the time, but let me tell you now, if you sell on eBay and you run into somebody and they ask lots of questions, like unbelievably specific questions about an item, don't sell it to them. Don't. And I've told people that. I have told people, look, I just don't think this item is for you. I think if you have this many concerns about a pair of pants or a hat, maybe you should just go to a store where you can look at it and touch it and get all your questions answered in person. But I don't want a new one. This is a good deal. I want this. No, you're not getting this one, because my instincts are telling me that you're going to get it and you're not going to be happy, and then you'll demand your money back. You can ask them to send it back, but you have to pay the shipping. So, yeah, it's bullshit. So, I'm gonna recapture my happiness, because I'm almost at Dollar Tree. But yeah, if you sell on eBay, I would recommend. Well, I mean, you probably already know, if you've been selling on eBay for a while, you know how the buyers can be. And a lot of people are spoiled by free shipping from Amazon and other online retailers, and they get mad because, why don't you offer free shipping? Well, because I'm not Amazon. I'm not a multi-billion-dollar corporation that could absorb that cost, for one. And trust me, you're paying for that shipping. It's built into everything you buy. It's built into that membership that goes up every year. It went way up this year. Good God. Yeah, you're paying for that free shipping. Plus, Amazon can negotiate better rates for shipping than an individual can. So, but yeah, I don't offer free shipping because that comes out of my pocket, and it kind of defeats the purpose of selling this thing on eBay in the first place. So, I would recommend doing fixed price auctions. I mean, you don't have to. That's just what I do, because it cuts out all the people that will bid on your stuff and never pay. If you have to choose it every time you list something, though, that you require immediate payment, and it's down near the bottom. If you're listing it on your phone, it's down near the bottom, require immediate payment. You have to check that. You have to pick that every time. It won't be selected automatically. You have to select it. And I don't take returns. That's the other thing. I don't take returns. And a lot of people say, well, I'd buy your item if I could return it. I'm like, I don't want you returning it, because it's a waste of money and time, and I can't afford to do that. So buy it or don't buy it, I don't care. But if you have somebody who asks you lots and lots of specific questions, I would recommend not selling them anything. I would not sell it, because chances are they're going to get the item and not be happy with it. So, but that's just me. I have sold, good Lord, how many things have I sold? I bet I've sold at least 5,000 things on eBay over the last 20 years. Oh, easily that many. And I've learned a lot in the process. Sometimes you have to pick your battles, like this guy with the shirt. I could have gone back and forth with him and said, mint green, light green, really? We're gonna get bogged down in that? Really? You really think you deserve a full refund for that? I could have, but I know from dealing with eBay and PayPal that there's no point, because they're gonna get their money back, and they're probably gonna get to keep the item, unless you want to pay them to mail it back, which they may or may not do. You just have to learn to let it go. But it pisses me off, because I feel like I got ripped off. I feel like I got robbed. Like, dude got a free shirt. It just pisses me off. The shirt is the exact color that it is in the listing, but he insists that it's not. Like, it totally is. Anyway, if somebody asks a lot of questions, don't sell them anything, because they're either going to deliberately scam you, or they're going to, maybe it's not deliberate, maybe they're just neurotic or something, but they're going to get your item and they're not going to be happy with it for some reason. So don't sell it to them. Trust me. I just tell them, look, I just don't think this item is for you. I think you need to go to a retail establishment and just get a new one, because I think a used one is just not going to work for you. If you have this many requirements, I just don't know that you need to be buying a used whatever. Just go get a new one. I don't want to pay for a new one. Yeah, but you're basically wanting a new item at the cost of a used one, which that's not how it works. So, but yeah, that's, I don't sell a lot of stuff on eBay. I've sold a little bit more lately, but every now and then you run into people like this, and it's so infuriating because as the seller, there's really nothing you can do about it, and it just chaps my ass. But anyway, I'm happy because I'm here at this Dollar Tree, and I haven't been here in a while. And I'm going to go in there, and then I'm going to run across the street to Goodwill, and I'm going to see what I can find, because that's a really good Goodwill, but I hardly ever go to it. I always forget it's over here. So I'm going to go in there, see if I can find anything cool. And I hope you're having a good Monday. It's still Monday. And I will see you again soon.